never even tried, so I hope it comes out. And I have some new equipment. I've purchased a ring light, which gives me more light, and I also have this handy dandy automatic putter offer or turner oner, so I won't have to reach over and look like a nut real close to the camera. So anyway, today I'm going to try to do a swipe on glass. I'm still working with the glass, but I haven't done a swipe on glass, and I'm going to try to do something that may look like some kind of a scenery when I'm done. I'm going to use like bluish colors in the top and greens, yellows, and pinks on the bottom, so when I swipe over, when it's dry, maybe I can add a sun and a few trees or whatever, and then resin it. I remembered resin. So we'll see what happens. I haven't tried swipe on glass, don't know what it'll turn out, and I'm going to try and swipe with two different colors. So I'm swiping with white on the top and black on the bottom, and I'm using quite a few different colors. So in the top part, I'm using Artist Loft Metallic Cobalt Blue and a navy blue that I've mixed up myself. It's not quite dark like navy, it's more like a bright blue. And I may add some Arteza Pearl Sea Green. These colors are mixed with 2 parts Floetrol, 1 part paint, and a little bit of water. I'm going to swipe on the top with my satin enamel. It's more like, I think it should be thinner, but we'll see what happens, because the thickness may imitate some clouds, I don't know. But it has a little bit of Floetrol and a little bit of water in it. And I'm also going to use, see, I can bend over and not look goofy in there. Bling It's Robin's Egg in the top, and Fumble Thumbs. Bling It's Arctic Opal. So that's kind of going to make up what's on the top. And on the bottom, I have Deco Arts Crystal Metallic Green. This is also with Floetrol. 2 parts Floetrol, 1 part water. Arteza's Pearl Lime Green. Same thing, 2 parts Floetrol, 1 part water. Arteza's Pearl Amarantha Red, and this is with Deco Art Pouring Medium, 2 parts to 1. I have Montmartre Yellow Mid Floetrol and water. Also may use some of this Bling It Pixie Dust and Bling It's Sweet Peas and Bling It's Sea Green. And the Bling It series is from Primary Elements. And I may use some of my blue-green that I've mixed up myself. Also, I tend to use 2 parts Floetrol, 1 part water. I'm thinking of changing my mixture to 3 parts Floetrol and 2 parts water, because I have one paint that I tried that with, and I liked the results of what came out. So there's the menagerie that I'm going to give it a go, and I have an 8x10 glass that I've taped on the bottom. And for this one, I think I'm going to swipe this way, put my colors that way. So I'm going to have to do the blue colors up here and the green, yellow colors down here. And I think I want more sky than I do bottom. And you should never go right in the middle. It's always kind of like a 2/3 mark, either 2/3 of your bottom part and 1/3 sky or your mountains or whatever, and the opposite. So today I'm going to try the sky being the dominant part. Now I have done a scenery with a Dutch pour, and it came out fantastically. I had mountains in the back and trees, and all reflected on water, and then I put the lines there to water. And if you look back on my videos, you can see that particular one. I'll try to put the number of it in my description. So the swipe on the bottom is going to be the Sergeant's black. I'm hoping that the black will create shadows. And compared to considering how wherever that comes out, I'll put the sun in the sky so that it's reflecting and the shadows are behind it. So I hope that's my idea anyway. I'm going to use a wet paper towel. It kind of covers the whole thing in one swipe over. So I'm hoping this all turns out. We'll see how it goes. I'll take you down, and now I'm going to stop. So there we are down on my table with all the mess. And the last one that I did with the resin messing, I have figured out that if you're going to use flowers and greenery and stuff, that you really should just use clear resin. The coaster I did with the rose, I really didn't mean it to be a coaster. I wanted to see what happens when you put a live rose in it. And the picture, I mean, it's nice. You can't use it as a coaster. But I think it would have looked a lot better if the resin had been clear. So I may try that again. When I go to resin this, I'll mix up enough and redo what I did with the little roses that I have growing, and we'll do it with clear, and we'll see how that goes. But the ones that I did, that I just colored and put it in the cabochons, they came out great. So I don't know where I put them just yet, because a lot of crazy stuff's going on around here. We're getting a new air conditioner tomorrow, so I won't be able to do anything tomorrow. We've always been having something done, or someone checking out something. What I'd like to get is one of those walk-in tubs, so I don't know. Maybe someday, if I win the lottery, that's it. Okay, so here is my frame, and as I said, I'm using black on the bottom, and I was thinking maybe I'd use brown, but I don't think I have any brown mixed up. But I might stop and take a look. But these are the colors that I'm going to put on the bottom, and these are the colors that I'm going to put on the top. So as I said, I'm going to swipe this way, and so I'm going to put my strips down this way, or you know what, I might even just use dots. I did one time that I put dots everywhere, and it turned out really nice. I liked it, so I think I'll try that. So here's the blue that I mixed up, and this is going to be the sky part, and I'm put a dot here so I know that's my sky part right there, and I'm putting these dots on because this is where I want the sky. There. And you know, I might put colors on top of colors. I think instead of just doing colors down, this may turn out better. Hoping anyway. Sometimes what you have in your head isn't what comes out on the board, or the glass, or whatever you want to try. And I do want it to have some clouds, so before I use the white for swiping, I'm going to put a little bit of white places onto the glass part here because the frame for this particular one is white. It's a very nice frame. And this is a really nice blue. I think this one's the robin's eggs, or egg. Just make sure I get different kinds of paint all over. And since I'm swiping from left to right, I think I need more of the darker along here. And then I'll add some of this white, which is going to be my swipe color, but it might turn into some clouds, who knows. So there's my swipe, and that's the bottom. And we're going to do some greens down here. This is a very pale green. And you've got to get something up by the division line. So I'll go back to this dark, because you got to get some dark up where the two are going to be divided. And I used that one. The yellow hopefully will represent a flower or two here or there. Same thing with the pink. Probably could have used a little bit of red. Red flowers are pretty nice. I might get my red bottle and put a little red on, a little bit more pink. I think I have enough of the yellow. So we're going to stop and get my red bottle. This is Artist Loft Brilliant Magenta with Floetrol. I think it's a little thick, but I don't feel like messing with that right now. So just put a little bit on there. Okay, looking at it, I do think I have enough paint, but I think I need a little bit more on the line of demarcation. So I'm going to put a little of this blue-green just down there, and a little bit in the sky. So we have something on the line of demarcation. Okay, move this out of the way. And now I'm still trying to get used to a paper towel. I was using cardboard and I got used to that. So the swipe is going to be white on the top and black on the bottom. And I don't want too much black. And I'll move all these out of the way so you can see. I'm not used to having the camera so far away. A lot of things I have to get used to with new equipment. I really like to try and figure out how to get it a little closer or make it larger. It's something else. I have a huge learning curve. water. And I'm going to gently, or try to go like that and pull it across. And it don't have to be in a straight line because you want some differences in it. Lots of air bubbles. Well, there's a little bit too much white there. No one says you can't swipe it again, so maybe I'll swipe it. The bottom's kind of dark, so I want the top lighter, so I think I'll swipe it with that color. And we'll get a new towel. And I can use the short end. That looks like it's going to be a little bit better. Now I do see a little bit of glass, and so that has to be covered. I'm going to put a little bit of this one there and tilt it. So far, so good. The one thing that I like about doing on glass is when it gets on the sides, the edges, all you have to do is scrape it off. So that makes it a lot easier to get the paint off. I do tape the bottom because when I'm going to use the resin will go around and it sticks on the tape, and you can just pull the tape and you get your resin off very easily as well. Down here there's a little bit of empty spots as well. So I'm going to take this green and fill it in. Although, as I said before, the very edge you don't get to see because the frame covers it. So that's handy to know. I'm going to bring this out a little, add a little more. That's what I got to do. Because it doesn't want to move. So we want it to move, we add a little more. say that top is moving nicely. And it has the kind of sky that I'm looking for. In fact, it even looks like it's a sky over water. And then you have your ground cover. I'll turn this around so you guys can see. And tilt it somewhat that way. And there is one little spot that I do see that it doesn't have paint on it. Where is it? Okay, I see it right there. So I'm going to add a little bit of this right here. Covered that, which I don't want, so we'll go like that. Get a little stick or something, toothpick, that's good. Toothpick's too small. Some darker blue right in here. I'm swiping with a toothpick. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, I think that's better. And of course the bottle was in the way. Gotta get used to that. Alright, now this down here. Some green. Okay, give it a little torch. I think I want that to mix in a little bit more. So I think if I add a little bit of my swipe color, this might be a mistake, but it may not be. I think that works there. So I'll try a little bit here. Yeah, I like it. Well, I like it. I hope it dries nicely. Since this looks like water and waves here, I guess we can have just plain ripply water with some ground cover. Maybe put a few trees in over here. It's like a lake. Well, I'll have to see when it's dry and take a look at how I can purposely enhance this. It's called With Intention, a pour with intention. So I started out with one intention, but you can always change. So I'll take it down and have you see. And there it is from above. And as we get closer, you can see that's intended to look like a sky, but it could also look like water. And this definitely right in the middle there looks like water. And down there I have what I hoped would be like flowers and shadows, and you can see this is where I've added paint and swirled the black around so it wasn't so stark that paint was added. And so I'm going to embellish it somehow, but I'll probably know more when it's dry. I'll have to think about it. So there you are. I hope you enjoyed my new lighting and what I've done today, and please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up are very, very important. And tell your friends about it. I really, really appreciate you. Happy Thursday. Bye.